So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome back to our series of the Lost Cub venue out in the country. We're out in the beautiful, beautiful, scenic Blue Ridge Mountains. It is not morning anymore. You slept too long. It is not even remotely morning. It's fine. Yep. You do wake, however, nice and late. There was, um, there was some sleeping in that happened, probably because you and especially the lovely lady sleeping next to you got yourself drunk. Especially her. She got herself good and drunk. And you came home, you managed to sneak in, you had your fun, passed out, but now it is so it's morning for you. But Anton will almost inevitably wake first. What will be of note is that his dreams have been weird. It's not a nightmare. It's just the weirdest sort of series of dreams, when you kind of wake up from a dream and you're in another dream type thing. Just, it's been as if he's been a series of people and just seeing weird, inexplicable shit that makes no sense. It's very dream logic-y. It jumps around. It's like you're one person and then you're another. It was kind of weird. It's one of those things you might blame on the booze, you might blame on the pot. Who knows? But it was weird. You kind of remember it. It starts to fade as you're waking and looking around and stop thinking about it. But yeah, you wake up and Lizzie is sprawled and her hair is everywhere. Thankfully, she is not drooling, but she is still out cold.
Looks over, gets the cigarette out, off the dresser and lights it slowly. You know what I mean? Takes a breath and rubs his face. Dreams affecting his sleep, dreams affecting things. He's like,
Yeah, if you sit and mull on them, you can remember bits, kind of grab onto them and kind of examine them. But it's all very weird. It does bear mention that you did see like crazy like werewolf stuff, like you looked in the lake. Also saw a lot of people and a lot of weird other shapes that weren't that big snarly monster. You did see wolves. You did see like a massive dire wolf bounding at the front of a pack. You saw, the people with kind of claws and fangs and fur out of their brows and their arms, and it was a lot of crazy shit, and it gets kind of disorienting, really.
It kind of leans back again, like shaking his face, like, "Bleh, bleh." Okay. He straightens himself up and sits up slowly off the bed. Okay.
She shifts a little bit as you move. She's a clingy sleeper too, but she doesn't wake up.
He'll remove the chair from the door, unlock it one step, unlock it two step, sticks his head out like a ferret.
Would you like to roll a perception alertness?
Yeah, this is about to do the 360 mocam. Four dice. Oosh. One success.
So with one success, you definitely don't hear either of your siblings bumping around in their rooms. You don't hear anything in your parents' room either. No one's in the bathroom. You're a little motion downstairs. Can't really pinpoint it with only one success, but I mean, it sounds like just one person.
I will engage the creep. In my socks.
Just your socks.
And my underwear, of course.
Okay.
I will definitely be in underwear, but...
Hey, look, for all I know, he does the hanky-panky in just his socks.
So they call them business socks.
Oh, God damn
it. But I will put on, underwear and socks and a t-shirt. And
Classy.
it's my house. I can do what I want. Dad, Mom. And I will engage the creep.
Okay. Where are you
Try
creeping?
kind of peer over the banister and see if I can see who's anyone down there.
Roll me some stealth.
Will.
How much did he drink?
Not actually a lot, to be
I was
fair.
going to say, I don't think he drank very much, so I'm not going to give you a
No.
penalty for a hangover.
He was kind of sipping at it, but he wasn't like glugging it back, if you
Yeah.
get me.
You might have a little bit of the fuzzy brain, but not anything that'll hamper your abilities.
Give Discord a second. Oh, there you go. No, I failed. I probably slipped on my sock. Curse you, socks!
Yeah, you go to like creep down and look over the banister, and you kind of slip a step, and you hear Happy Borks.
It's kind of
And
stumbles.
the jingle jangle of the collar as your bestie, your ultimate bestie, Bubba, comes, scampering across the house. He's an in and outdoor dog, so he hasn't been in a whole bunch in the last few scenes, but he's in now.
He'll open up his arms and the dog kind of run into him and just kind of rub his head and, that type of thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he just vaults up the stairs and yeah, right into you. And yeah, gets all up in your lap trying to get up and lick your face. He's a little on the smallish side, but yeah, it's just pure doggy enthusiasm.
Yes. And,
At which point you hear your mom calling. Oh, are you awake?
Yeah. Yep, I'm awake.
You hear kind of a sigh from downstairs. Want anything to eat? Bubba's still
I'll be
licking your face or trying.
Yeah, some breakfast would be great.
All right, I'll start up something for you. And you hear your mom moving around. Bubba is still trying desperately to continue licking your face. This is his thing. This is his one true love in life. Faces.
Look down the banister. Hey, Mom, did Paul come home?
You mean your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came home.
Good. Phil?
Everyone came home.
Sweet. Nods himself like, fuck, that was my ruse. Do you know what I mean? Looking back at the bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
You as you're glancing down the banister, you see her come around the corner and she glances up at you, like cranes a look. And then, goes ahead into the kitchen. You hear her, they hear the fridge opening. You hear the pans coming out.
Just nods to himself and then sets Bubba down, like, go on, downstairs. Zzz, zzz.
But by downstairs, you mean in your lap, right? You finally managed to get him.
Yeah, eventually after much like, no, you're the best dog, but I need you to go downstairs. You know what I mean? Starts flailing.
You eventually have to resort to throwing one of your socks, which works like a charm. He loves chasing things.
Yeah.
This is his other true love. Chasing things. He doesn't care what it is. He will chase it.
He sacrifices one of the socks.
Yeah, Bubba goes bolting down the stairs after, like, you hear like the little claw scrabble as he like skids and then goes, bolting off into the other room where you pitch the sock over the rail.
I make my mad dash, and then jump into my room. No, I just walk in. Close the door as well because that dog is treacherous.
He is.
And we don't need
He loves you, but he is treacherous.
And we don't need any additional noises. He'll go, actually, what he'll do is, he'll kneel down beside her ladyship.
Yeah, she has started kind of groggy moving. She is not all there, but there were Borks. So she's kind of rubbing her face. She hasn't opened her eyes yet.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey, beautiful.
I did a bad thing.
Shh. You did. Gotta keep quiet. Everyone's home.
Oh. Still rubbing her face.
Now, we can do this one of two ways. You look out of the window and you look downstairs. Do you want to come downstairs?
I'm
Would you
gonna
like...
give you a straight wits check
Mm-hmm. That's why he's asking her. This is gonna be the best thing ever for
for
her.
something
Fuck.
else. Just give me a quick wits check.
And,
Come on, dice.
come
You
on.
can do it. Believe in you.
Believe in you, Dice Dream.
Plus,
Please, Dice Dream, please. Hang on, I'll spur it on. Yeah, give it a second. It might
there
be
you
a
go.
first.
All right, one
There you
success is all you needed. You do like spot your little bedside clock as you're glancing around the room. Um, it's like noon. You can readily guess that your mom is the only one home right now.
Okay. Looks at the time. Stops the alarm before it goes off as well. That's a lot the better. All right. It's noon. Means only mom is home. So, what you want to do?
I just plants her face back in the pillow.
It's an acceptable option.
A little tiny nod. The hair kind of ripples. She's just like, ugh.
Do you want me to steal you some food?
Oh, it's another tiny nod.
Okay. If you're going to use the bathroom, I need you to be very quiet. Matter of fact, he'll reach over, empty out one of the trash bins, and kind of just pour it out into like one of the corners, and then just kind of put it at the bed essentially.
Yeah, I'm sure it's got a bag in it he can just hoist out.
Yeah.
You can always just rinse it out later if it really
Yep.
comes down to it.
And
The
he'll go,
wise man.
honey, that's the sick bag, okay?
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll sneak some water upstairs. I'll bring a jug up. I'll try. I'll get you water.
Another just
Smiles, had a bit too much.
yeah.
Plants are kissing her head. All right. Pulls the cover back over. Just try and time it if you're going to be sick, okay?
Mm.
And we'll put on some pants, proper pants with pockets.
Like a classy gentleman would do.
Mm-hmm. Haha. And you take off the one sock because otherwise you look fucking stupid. And then we'll begin walking downstairs.
Yeah, she doesn't fucking budge. She's praying for the sweet release of death right now.
He just comes down the stairs stretching a bit.
Oh. And there is your sainted mother who has made you breakfast. Admittedly, she went for something quick, so this morning there are pancakes. Admittedly, there are a lot of pancakes because might as well go overboard. She can always throw some in the fridge. So there is a platter of pancakes being brought out. And look, she's even been a real sweetheart about it and quickly chopped up the strawberries that she had in a little carton in the fridge.
Looks lovely.
Yeah. Thanks.
Gives her a smile.
She tries. It's weak, but it's there.
It's just you and me.
Looks like it.
Cool. Sits down. Pours himself some OJ.
Yep, she brings out like all the shit. Like you can either grab the can of whipped cream because we're doing this cheap style, or there's spread and syrup. But she leaves it all out.
So much maple syrup.
Yeah, ruffles his hair and heads back into the kitchen to start putting things away, quickly rinsing off the pans.
At least 4 of those pancakes are gone in the space of a few minutes.
Just inhaled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the time she comes back out, like half the fucking stack is gone, and she's just like, double takes real fast.
Takes a sip of the OJ. It's good.
Are you sure you had dinner last night?
Yeah. Just hungry.
Well, all right. Reach out, give him a pat on the shoulder.
It's all the dancing. Gives a grin.
Dancing.
Mm-hmm. Went out for a bit. Thought it'd be good. Nowhere serious. I didn't try to get into any bars or anything. You know that. It was just, went out dancing. To do like rollerblading and stuff.
All right, now you gotta roll subterfuge.
Yeah, I gotta roll.
You've gone too far.
Too much of a lie. Too much. But he's like, fuck it. I'm elaborate. Stay on target. Gotta wait for Discord.
Yeah. Go up mine too. Maybe it'll bump it a little faster. Or maybe it won't.
Maybe.
Aha! Jesus.
Sees right through that. It was when he said rollerblading.
Yep. It's when he said rollerblading, the eyebrow started the slow creep up. Rollerblading?
Yeah. Be surprised. I'm really good at it.
Honey, you're not my age. You don't go rollerblading for fun. Even I know that.
Looks down at the pancakes. And he doesn't keeps his head turned. Fuck. Looks back up. That's a fair point.
You and Lizzie sneak off again?
What do you mean sneak off?
Oh, don't think I don't know what you get up to.
We just went out for a walk and stuff, and it was nice. We went out.
Mm-hmm.
Rock climbed.
Mm-hmm.
We did. What's wrong with some rock climbing, Mom? Stare.
Yeah, rock climbing. She just shakes
Nailed.
her head. She obviously doesn't believe a word of it now. To be fair, she's not giving out. But she she sees through your shit. And she knows you know. That's all that matters.
But she doesn't know that she's here. So everything's fine. As he inhales the pancake.
Yeah. Alright, holler if you need anything. I'm gonna let Bubba out. Bubba! The dog comes skittering around the fucking corner with your sock still in his mouth. So happy. So proud. Got it. And she just looks at him like, are you stealing socks? Give me that. And she has to wrestle around it to get a hold of his mouth and pry it open to get the sock. And finally, walks out to the back, opens the back door, and, Bubba just rockets out, immediately spots a squirrel. Bubba, god damn it. Gonna get a line for that dog. Bubba! It steps outside, closes the door behind her to yell at the dog.
The second she closes the door, he's up.
What is he doing with his precious one time, thanks to Bubba's love for chasing things?
Walks over to the water very quickly, downs the oranges, goes down.
Oh.
Gone. Walks over, takes out one of the water bottles from the fridge, stuffs two of them in his pockets. Then he'll walk back over.
His pockets?
Pockets. I don't know why they said it that way.
I don't either, but it's good. Keep going.
But he'll take an apple for himself and be mid-eating it, and it is by the core by the time he reaches the table. Pick up the pancakes, pick up a plate, pick up a fork, pick up whipped cream, look at the door, look at the stairs, and go.
You can still hear your mom yelling. She's finally had to step off the back patio and everything. Bubba!
He just accelerates.
Yeah. You escape with your ill-won goods.
My pockets as he climbs up.
Your pockets.
Quickly jogs up the stairs, slides in the room, zoop, smooth criminal style.
As best you can tell, Lizzie has not moved an inch. She's just still praying for death, face down in a
Turns,
pillow.
double locks the door, puts the chair up by the door. Don't be too careful.
She
And then
like creaks her head just enough to like get a glance at you through her hair. It's you. Just face plants back down.
I got pancakes.
I'm dying.
Puts them on his desk, and I got water.
And she'll finally start moving. It's so slow. It's
Takes
so painful.
takes them out of his pockets and hands her a water bottle. One for her head and one for that to actually drink.
Yeah, she'll just slowly, unless you want to help, she will just very, very slowly try to get herself upright.
He does. Of course he does. Comes over and helps.
And yeah, he sticks one of the bottles next to her head, and she just very gingerly starts sipping out of the other one.
What did we learn today about drinking?
Shut up.
What was it this time?
What?
What was your poison this time?
I had jungle juice.
What did we learn from jungle juice?
Never drink the jungle juice.
There we go.
Yeah. Funny thing about parties, there's a keg, but there was also like the giant fuck off tub of God knows what was poured in that thing besides a lot of juice to cover a lot of liquor.
Yep.
Yeah, she just piteously sits there and carefully works on the water and periodically pauses like, am I going to be sick? Maybe. And yeah, she will probably, get some water down, regret it, end up like puking into the little trash bin and just make the most piteous noises.
Immediately after she pukes, he unlocks the door, moves the chair, moves quickly down the hallway, grabs some toilet paper, runs back in, skids, turns, locks the door, and is immediately trying to wipe her face.
Yeah, she thankfully, in all the time it takes you to like scamper into the bathroom, scamper back, she has barely moved. She just kind of regretfully setting down the trash bin.
Here, there you go. Come on.
Yeah, you managed to get to her before she tries to do something stupid like wipe her face with her arm or something.
Yeah, it's like, nope, let me do that. Clean face.
Yep. You managed to clean her up. Bob, could you use something that doesn't mean you're killing the tip on it? I'll get you my actual walking stick. Give me a second, Torna. Sorry, Bob's ankle has decided it hated him. But I am back. But yeah, you managed to get her cleaned up, and she makes some sad noises and thanks you weakly. It goes back to kind of You know, she actually took some of the water, swishes it, and spits it into the can with everything else because, I mean, it's fucked now.
Do you
But
think we? Do you think we could then manage some food?
she kind of looks at him like, I'm scared. Like, maybe.
If I cut up, do you want me to cut up for you?
It's another weak nod. She goes back to kind of sipping the water and again, periodically pausing, looking thoughtful, but at least with that remainder out of her system, is looking a little less doubtful about the water.
Cuts up the pancake into tiny pieces, walks back over and does it, and then stops and then reaches out the food for her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, at least initially, if it's not soaked in syrup, she's just gonna pick up pieces with her fingers and carefully eat it because you know what? Bread.
He smiles at her. She's eating.
She's trying. She still looks like death warmed over. Meanwhile, she sits and is kind of periodically squirming.
You okay?
She finally, like, there's a pause, a more confident swig of water, and then the most pitiful accusatory glare you've ever been given in your life. I think you tried to break my hip.
What? Frown.
It's sore.
Oh. Looks over, like, huh. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's that like, oh, I'm sorry that you're hurt, but yeah. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Such a fucking boy. So yeah, she's like, she eventually finds a comfortable way to sit, like with her weight kind of off of one hip, like plopped half against you, and finally manages to like finish the first bottle of water. Starts more confidently eating like bits of pancake.
I'm assuming you need a shower.
It's another nod.
Looks out behind him at the door.
Painkillers, Peggy face.
Okay, painkillers. Okay. Rubs his head. I can get them.
I mean, there's like a medicine cabinet in your bathroom. It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's like, I can get them. We're gonna have to time the shower very well.
She kind of looks up as like, you can come with me. I don't care.
I know, but like, we're gonna have to sneak you into the bathroom. Gives her a grin.
The
Do you want my mom to see you?
head shake. Very, very small. Like she starts to shake her head and regrets it. Comes the smallest head shake humanly possible.
I mean,
Oh.
I don't mind personally, but you seem to have a big deal about it.
But, won't she freak out?
I honestly don't know. Can I roll intelligence? Would she flip the fuck out?
You could roll. I'll make it like intelligence, empathy. Make it a weird roll.
Well, it is a weird roll. It's a weird roll indeed, Katie.
I mean, you're trying to think about how someone would feel.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait for Discord now to cease.
To decide to obey the laws of nature. Suppose worst comes to worst, I could actually learn how to roll in Roll20.
It's easy. Show you.
Yeah, just fucking. We'll wait for this one, but we'll just start doing it in Roll20. Or maybe we won't. Just go ahead and do it in Roll20. If this one pops up, we'll take the better of the two because I don't care.
Yay. It's in the chat
Yep.
tab.
So 2 successes?
Yes. Yes, it is 2.
With 2, I'll say you know that your mother will at least cursorily disapprove and scold. It's hard to tell how much she'd mean it, really. Your mom seems to be pretty
How much
sensible.
of it will be on him?
Hmm?
How much will be on him, and like, will it be solely on him? Again, essentially.
I mean, Lizzie isn't her kid. It's
Mhm.
very possible that you'd just get you get the impression that her initial reaction would be kind of a dirty look for you, and she would probably be polite because, like most moms, she is a completely different person when there's company. But you could tell you'd probably get like at least a cursory fucking scolding when she
With
was
two,
out.
with 2 successes, would you tell Lizzie's parents?
That is hard to know.
That's what worries him. The problem I have is I'll probably get a yelling. Can take it. I don't know if she'd tell your parents or not.
She just shoots you kind of a piteous look like, oh, please, God.
We'll sneak you into the shower.
This is the light nod.
Plants a kiss on the top of her forehead. All right.
Yeah. She starts kind of carefully trying to, like, shuffle so she won't, like, bump the can of sick over with as she stands up.
All right, Mighty Joe Young, are you ready?
So another little nod.
Holds up a finger, sticks his head out.
She'll
Like,
sit and wait.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. If your mom is is inside at all, she's still downstairs. It's not like you've heard her coming up.
Looks to see where the fuck Bubba is.
But you don't hear him inside.
Turns his head back in. All right, the dog's out. Let's go.
She starts kind of carefully trying to pick herself up off the edge of the bed.
Extends his hands out.
And yeah, with your help, she can hobble a little faster because you're helping mitigate her wobbliness. But yeah, she'll get hobbled out of your room and just across the hall into the bathroom.
Commando rolls in, Mission Impossible style.
Please don't commando roll. She will fall over.
No, he'll get her in, but he's totally James Bond about the whole thing. He thinks like, no, as he closes the door.
Playing in his fucking head.
Yep.
And yeah, she'll plant a hand on the wall and reach in to turn on the shower, like, blindly.
Ginny help?
Kind of. Shirts are hard.
Hi, come here. Lifts it off.
Yeah. Then yeah, with a little help, if nothing else, just so she has you to hold on to stay balanced. She'll get herself naked and carefully step into the shower. And once she's got a hold of, like, every generic ass tub shower has like a little handrail just over the area for the soap. So she just snags a hold of that and seems okay. Just steps in and like gets under the water and like looks like a happy little plant out in the sun. She's just like, oh, water. Turns her face up into the shower head like, yes.
He sits on the toilet. Smoking.
And yeah, she's kind of slow about it because, let's face it, her balance ain't shit right now. But she does slowly start to wash herself off. Gives her hair a cursory go. Thankfully, your sister has like the shampoo and conditioner in there, so she doesn't have to use like your man all-in-one.
Man all-in-one conditioner and shampoo.
Conditioner, shampoo, body wash.
Yep.
Now she can actually use shampoo and conditioner and body wash. Like, yeah, actually gets herself, cursorily clean. She feels better at least. And then like you'll eventually realize you stop hearing a lot of movement. It's just, the shower pattering on her. And if you do you glance in again?
He takes a glance, worried that she's like a pat fall on the fucking sleep.
I mean, she looks like she's halfway there. She's just again doing that whole like face into the shower, like yes,
You know what?
kind
He's
of
not.
swaying.
He's not going to dispute that. It's like she's had a long day. He's just going to check his phone.
Yeah, you've let's roll a chance die. I'll just do it in here because it's easier. 1d10 roll.
Yeah, you discovered the were 20.
You have a couple texts asking if you want to pick up a hiking group from your bass.
What time? I probably have missed work, haven't I?
With a 4, I'm not gonna say you straight missed your work, but it's kind of like they need another person, and they're trying to get you in there.
With her, he'll message back. Ooh, how to word this? Do a message back. Perfect. What's the equivalent of the NCT in the States?
I have no idea. What is that?
That's your car service. You know when you get your
What,
car
you mean like
service?
Uber? Or oh, you mean just like having your car at the shop?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you could just say your car is at the shop.
Yeah, he'll just message cars to the shop I can't drive out.
And yeah, there will be some regret, but there doesn't seem to be any disbelief. Your car's not that new.
Basically, what you say is my car's just haven't gone through its checkup, which is a regular thing in here where you have NCT checkups on your car. It's like part in Ireland. You have to have if you have a driver's license, you have the NCT, which means you have a regular check.
Yeah, we have yearly inspections.
Yeah, that's what he'll say. It's under yearly inspection, so I actually can't drive out. So I had to drop it off there.
Yeah, there will be some fake annoyance, but they can't really
what
be
he'll
mad
say.
at you.
What he'll say in the message is, "I can pick up the next 2 groups when my car's back, if to make up the time."
And yeah, there'll be a grudging acceptance. Ronnie has learned how to use emojis in text, so there's like a little stream of like varying degrees of angry / frustrated, and he says, all right, I'm holding you to it.
He'd be like, yeah, no problem. I mean, he'll send back, you know me, I'm always good for making up the time. Which, to be fair, Anton is a good boy.
Yeah, and they take you at your word.
He'll just nod to himself and check any other messages, essentially, if anyone else sent him anything, like his sister or his brother.
Oh, probably his sister. His brother, is off doing his own shit. His sister, like, there's a couple texts fussing at him for messing with her boyfriend because now he's all freaked out, and I bet it was your fault. But
he would message back, "It is not my fault that he did not treat you the proper way. You just need to find a better man in your life."
He was treating me just fine until you came around the corner.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, huh?
You can ask Lizzie. I'm completely innocent. In fact, I went to go get her to meet him and everything. And
there's a little you get back the little angry face.
Just sends a sticky out tongue face.
More angry face. Just
He'll message her, by the way. If you're coming home, don't tell Mom. Lizzie's here.
You get the little O face, like.
He just will nod. Takes a picture of himself standing there in full, gear,
Yeah, fully dressed.
And say, wait, with the emoji of waiting for her to finish shower.
She sends back a little emoji that's laughing.
Then just put his phone back in his pocket, like, fuck it, I'm not responding to you. Locks the screen.
And yeah, you do all that. She finally seems to be begrudgingly, the shower is finally turned off. She is kind of just then, like, starting to kind of move the curtain and try to figure out where is there a towel? What is life?
Hands her towel.
Oh, you're the best. It props her butt back against the side of the shower and dries herself off.
Hey, better get used to it. I even called off work. Take care of you.
Oh God, are you in trouble?
Nah, I lied. I said the fucking yearly inspection things today.
Oh my God, you better hope they don't think to check your tags. Go ahead and rub in her face.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't think they'll really give a shit. I'll just make up the hours. Be fine.
Probably not. Your help, like, puts out a hand, help her get out.
Yeah, if he just holds up out his hand.
And yeah, once he's helped her out and she can sit down, she can bend down and actually try to, like, kind of soak the worst of the water out of her hair. Looks much more alive with some food and water and a shower. Still hungover, but alive now.
Grins a bit.
What?
Funny.
You're funny.
Did you hear about the guy? One of Paul's friends got jumped apparently when we were leaving.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Awful sad that is. Looks at one of the mirrors.
You can look down at the mirror. You get the weirdest little, like the hairs stand up a little bit. She's distracted, finally setting the towel, like kind of trying to hook it back up on the doodad. Oh shit. Liz fan, don't be that way.
He'll look over. Guy was a dick anyway, so whatever he did, he probably deserved it.
I guess. Just Jesus. Usually they just, I don't know, fist fight like drunk people.
Yeah. Maybe he had something coming to him.
She just kind of shakes her head and carefully gets herself up. And kind of looks at her clothes.
Alright, Commander Jean.
Huh?
Gotta get you back in my room.
Uh-huh.
You ready?
Yup. She just holds out an arm to, like, loop around him.
He takes the arm, sticks his head out the door first.
Well, Bubba at least is not still inside. He is barking up a storm in the backyard.
Mm-hmm. Spies where the sentinel of his mother is.
I mean, she's not upstairs at a cursory glance.
Yep. He's like, go, go.
And yeah, with the help, the two of you scamper across the hall back into your room. And yeah, she gets in there and when she sat down, I was like, oh shit, my clothes. Like, points back towards the door.
I got this. Turns, closes the door, and starts to walk back towards the bathroom.
Yep. Give me a quick wits check.
Oh boy. And this is where the genius plan all goes wrong, probably. Curse you, Bubba.
No, you
No,
just
Phil.
No, you're fine. No, you going. You have no problem snagging her clothes, coming back over.
What he'll do is he'll wrap them in a towel so it just looks like he's carrying a towel back into his room.
He's fucking ninja shit.
Yep.
Yeah. No, you get away scot-free.
Slides in. Your clothes, my lady.
Thanks.
You okay?
I'll probably live, maybe.
I mean, you can stay in bed if you want.
Can I?
Nods his head. Just you gotta keep quiet.
Just flops over. You guys have any painkillers? Biggie face.
I'll get you some. Be right back. Pats her knee and heads out towards the door again.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not making a big lot of noise when you're locking, unlocking, locking, unlocking.
No,
Like,
he's
honestly, your mom just hears you moving around upstairs and isn't thinking anything of it.
no, but
Doesn't
but
want to know what you're up there by yourself.
but the problem is he is treating this as a commando mission. So he is this time he makes a big deal of locking, and then we'll skid across the hallway towards the painkillers.
Yeah. You just walk in the bathroom. There's a little, like, medicine cabinet behind the mirror. You just flick it open. There's, like, ibuprofen and random shit up there.
Takes some aspirin,
Mm-hmm.
closes it, takes about 2 pills out, puts it back, closes it, walks back inside, opens the door, gets in, locks it. You know what I mean?
She pitches you a grateful look and sits back up.
Hands her 2 aspirin.
And she, like, goes in and snacks the empty water bottle and, like, pauses and glances.
Okay.
Yes, 2 of them.
Where's the other one?
You put one in both of your pockets.
Oh, you look down and then take it. I thought I put one on her head.
Well, I mean, you may. Oh, that's right. You did rest it on her head, so it's probably just laying there in the bed. So never mind.
No, she does this. She's like, and he points to the one of the bed.
And
There
she's
it
just
is,
like,
lazy.
oh, grabs it and yeah, cracks it open, uses it to take the pills, and then flops back over gently, so gently.
He tucks her in, to be fair. All right. How long do you want to stay here for?
Just a little bit, just so my head stops hurting.
Okay.
I don't know how you're gonna. I don't know how we're gonna get out.
We walk over to his window and like open it up and examine it essentially.
Oh God. Oh boy. Ooh. Lucky you. It may be harder for her in her current kind of fucked up state, but you're lucky. Your bedroom window is actually right over like the front porch kind of roofing, so it's really easy to step out onto that. The only kind of tricksy part, especially for her at the moment, would be kind of levering down. Like in your case, you pretty readily just kind of lower yourself down and drop, and by the time you're hanging full length, it's only a foot or two, you know. Um, you
Right.
imagine it'd be hard for her at the moment, but then again, you were there to catch her.
I'll climb out the window.
That does not put you in front of any windows. It puts you in front of the front door. So
We're going to climb out the window, and you're going to drop down, and you'll be right out the front door.
we are.
Mm-hmm.
She like lifts her head up a little bit to crane a glance out the window. Obviously, can't see much from like where she's settled on the bed, but like glances at him like, "Okay, you say so."
Now I've got a plan to keep Mom distracted.
Yeah.
You leave that with me, young lady, and you get rested. You'll start walking towards the door again.
Okay. She just slumps back down. And yeah, she's not necessarily passing back out, but she zones pretty hard. She's just trying to wait out the headache.
Closes the door, locks it. Fuck it, and starts jogging downstairs.
Yeah. Jog downstairs. You
Tries to spy where Mom is.
Well, let's see. What are some generic things? She is sweeping. Yeah, sweeping out the front rooms, the kitchen, you know, where it's solid floor.
Okay. You walk towards the back door. Sticks his head out to see where that fucking dog is, because he does not trust that dog. Loves it. But this could hamper the plan so fucking badly because he will start barking.
And naturally, you glance outside, and you know your mom kind of glances up as you walk past, but doesn't bother you. And you glance out back, and Bubba has been clipped to the doghouse. But the second the door opens, he like pops his head up like and starts doing like the lungy thing. Not quite getting up to barking yet, but like oh god.
Walks over his shoulder, just slides around. He starts. Just basically looks like he's stepping outside the back door, essentially.
Okay.
And we'll walk towards the doghouse very slowly, like tiptoeing.
Are you sneaking?
Yes.
Then snick.
I will do. 5. Nope. 5. Nope. Damn, Bubba. It's just fail, though.
Yeah. I mean, Bubba finally starts, carrying on and barking. He's getting excited because you're getting closer.
God fucking damn, Bubba. Stop.
Bubba's so happy.
He'll unhook the fucking leash.
Bubba lunges on you. So happy. He needs your face.
And he'll loop around the back of the house towards the front door.
I mean, Bubba he is with you. He is your most loyal companion because you have a face and he loves you.
Mm-hmm. He'll
Hey, he's bounding around your feet.
Come on, back door.
Are you leading him back into the house, or?
I'm gonna creep around the front, and I'm assuming Mom has garden bushes and all that, right?
Oh yeah, got some bushes around the house. She's not the most adept gardener, but there's some things that are thankfully pretty hard to kill. So there's some decorative bushes around the house.
Takes off his sock.
Oh god, a sock!
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh god, the sock! I need it.
Aims for the fucking rose bushes.
Oh,
Prize.
Oh.
Rose bushes.
The only 2 rose bushes that have not been eaten by bugs.
Mm-hmm.
You go ahead and I'm putting it really low diff, but just to lob it right in there, perfect. You know what? That's enough. Yeah, you pull off your shoe, pull off your sock, tuck your shoe back on, ball up the sock, and oh god, he's never been so excited, except for that time he was so excited the last time you pulled off a sock for him. And you pitch it in there, and he just gone, scrambling, digging up turf. And yeah, he is in it.
He moves very quickly back to the back door. Like, no, I need to sneak. Snake. One success. It's not the most graceful of sneaking.
Are you going to do something to point out Bubba being moved, or are you just relying on the barking?
I'm relying on the barking and the rabbit digging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it takes your mom a minute. Oh god.
That's the noise she makes when she sees it. That's totally the noise she makes.
Sorry, my fan decided it hated me and wanted to make horrible noises.
That's the noise she makes when she realizes Bubba's in the rose bushes. Just
You know what? I'm running with it. That is, in fact, exactly the noise. Bob, what are you... That is exactly the noise that your mother makes when she realizes that beautiful scrambling noise and the barking are on the side of the house where they should not be. And so you may not be an ace sneaker, but your mom is flying out the back door screaming, Bubba! Oh god. Oh god. A reckoning is coming for this poor dog.
he makes his move and starts to run up the stairs like pop, 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 pop.
Yep. Yep, you run up. Your mom is having merry hell trying to pull the dog out of the roses, but he hasn't gotten the sock yet.
He quickly unlocks the door and bursts in, essentially.
Lizzie just kind of sits up like, what?
Okay, we gotta go. Now.
What, now?
Now. A perfect distraction. Come on, we gotta move.
Like, but I'm naked. Like,
But then put some clothes on. Jesus. Just throwing clothes at her.
She like frantically like puts on her shirt backwards, doesn't give a shit, just like what? Doesn't even like fight with the bra, just grabs it. Like
he's just rapidly throwing clothes in her face.
Is he even throwing her clothes or is he just throwing his clothes? Like what is
throwing a mixture of both?
She like pulls on her shirt backwards, but then like grabs his sweatpants and pulls them on and just abandons everything else. Even her sneakers. It's like, or not her sneakers, her sandals. It's like, okay.
Shoes.
Oh, okay. Like, frantically, like, has to kick a couple things out of the way, finds her sandals.
All right, let's go. Climbs out the window. Just.
You could still hear your mom yelling at the dog. And yeah, she thankfully has a little more going for her. She's still kind of wincing at the jostling and the excitement, but yeah, she clambers out the window like, oh god, why don't we just go down the stairs?
I mean, do you want to make a break for the front door?
I mean, you're both not even inside. She's just sitting on the edge of the porch, like glancing down, like, oh god, I'm gonna die.
You'll be fine. It starts clambering along, but he's probably done this a few times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, it's not a very big front porch. You just clamber and you probably have no issue, like, snagging the edge and swinging down and hopping down. You can roll just to see if you botch, but...
Fuck it. I would roll.
Yeah, you're fine.
With perfect balance, yeah, I don't botch at all.
Yeah, you just swing down, drop. It's like impressively quick. She's just left kind of blinking, like, oh no.
Sweetie, I'm right here. Sticks out his arms, like glorious.
Oh, God. Yeah, she like perches on the edge, like legs hanging over. She is not the climber you are.
Just land on me. It's all right. I got you.
Oh, okay. Oh God, don't let me die. And yeah, she scooches right up to the edge and finally kind of scrunches up her face and pushes herself to like slump down into your arms. Go ahead and strength athletics to catch her. Hopefully without either of you eating shit.
Hot diggity damn.
You succeed. It's, you might stumble a tiny bit, but like, again, like, you feel like the hottest shit right now. Yeah, she slides off and you manage to like just really evenly like kind of catch her as she's coming down so that she, she's a little wobbly hitting her feet, but she doesn't like drop. And you're actually pretty solid too.
Looks at her. See?
Oh, okay. Now what? Do you have your keys? Like, she starts kind of scampering towards the car. She can hear your mom around the side of the house yelling at the dog.
Please tell me he has this. Oh no! He pats his fucking pockets. Do you want me to roll? I roll a chance to see does he have.
Yeah, you can see if they're still in your pocket just for fun. Chance diet. Nope.
There's that realization, right, where the fucking all around.
Roll me one more chance. I roll fast.
Oh no.
Okay, at least the car's not locked. So she at least, scampers and like dives into the back seat, abandons you to your key hunting adventure.
Like the all around me are familiar faces type thing. He stares off, going, where the fuck are they?
Now back inside the real adventure. Yeah, you go back in. They're not on the key ring. That would be too easy.
Runs upstairs. begins to decompress the hoard of clothes and everything, looking for his keys.
Yep. You're tossing stuff around, and it takes enough time that you hear your mom like relatch Bubba, checking the clip a couple times, and come back in like stomping. But you find the keys. She's just like, "Anton,
Close.
did you let Bubba out?" Like yelling.
No.
Anton.
No, why would I let Bubba out? I mean, kicks all her fucking. He realizes that Ashley's left some of her clothes here, kicks them under the bed, rapidly. Get under there, get under there.
Yeah. You hear her starting to stomp up the stairs. You know what else is in your room there, buddy?
What?
Trash can full of sick.
Runs to the door and just like meets her, closes the door. Hey!
Anton,
Yes?
did you let Bubba off his lead?
Why would I do that?
Holds up the sock.
You know, he had that sock earlier.
Give me the roll. Do it. Do it. That's actually a really good one.
That's a really good lie.
Really good lie. 1, 2.
It's a really good lie.
3. Yeah. You got her.
It's a really good lie.
She just, her lips purse. She doesn't want to believe you. But she just finally just lowers the sock, tilts her head. Okay. I'm gonna have to buy him a new lead, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You know, we've been saying that to you for a while.
She just kind of shoots you the stink eye.
By the way, Mom.
Yeah?
Ash, Lizzie was wondering, could she call over sometime?
What, for dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. There's actually kind of a I don't even know what to describe it as. Just kind of a darker or more worried look almost crosses her face.
I'm a peony the fuck out of that. So fucking hurt. Four. Nope, can't see it.
No, I mean you see that a distinctly kind of worried look crosses her face. You can't figure out why. But I mean, you see
tonight. I don't mean tonight if that's what you're worried about.
Yeah, we should probably just plan ahead,
I mean, no, it's more like something she would like to do eventually. It's not like going to be tonight.
She kind of nods distractedly.
Because I know. Fuck it, he is going to say this. I know Phil mentioned that he had his. You said his girlfriend could stay over?
She kind of shoots a glance back, the brow quirks up. Did he?
Yeah.
You been sneaking that girl in here?
Me?
No, your brother.
Oh. Leans in. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna tan his hide. Like, she finally just turns, shaking her head like.
I mean, you gotta tell her parents.
What? I don't know.
I mean...
I'm not responsible for her, but I'm responsible for him, and he needs to treat her with more respect than that.
Yeah, no, you're right, Mom. Yeah. No need to get the girl in trouble.
She kind of just, it's kind of shaking her head like, I don't even fucking know what to do with my life right now, you fucking teenagers. I just can't, like... she kind of waves a hand like, yeah.
Locks the door. Pats the handle. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to piss you off or anything.
I'll talk to your dad about it, and goes ahead and yeah, you hear her starting to go down the stairs, just at an easy gait, just duh. Like she
Just,
even had some scratches on her arms from fighting him out of the fucking rose bushes.
he just watches her because she goes to sit down, and he'll just casually walk out the front door. Just whistling like.
Perfectly innocent.
Yep.
The perfect crime.
Perfect crime, and I've gotten away with it too. As he walks towards the car door, and you'll hear the click click as he slides in the front seat.
Yep. She like pops her head up like, oh, holy crap.
So it turns out I actually might be able to get you to stay over. Grins.
Really?
Not tonight, but maybe call over for dinner and we'll see. Thanks.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I
We'll
guess. Just let me
we'll arrange-
know.
Yeah, we'll arrange it sometime. He smiles. I may have gotten Paul in huge shit, and that way it makes me look
You
really
mean
good.
Phil?
Yeah, Phil. Sorry.
Stop mixing up.
May got Phil in real shit.
Your brother's kind of a douche sometimes.
Oh yeah, no. But through my getting him in shit, I found out that she would not tell your parents even if she did catch you.
You're terrible. She
I
sits
know.
herself up.
Starts the car, drives away really quickly, like no.
She's like just kind of sat in the center of the back seat. Just like leans forward so she can like prop an elbow on either of the like the driver and passenger seat. Sticks a hand on your shoulder. Oh God.
You alright?
No jungle juice.
No
Never
jungle juice.
again.
Yeah, no. Well, we've read that. Yep.
Kind of just rubs her face with the other hand.
You look like you had fun though.
I did, but I think I'm. You mind if I just like go to sleep when I get home?
So I'm dropping you.
Oh, you're the best.
Mm-hmm. I told you I'd take care of you.
She leans forward, like kind of scooches herself up and forward enough to like kiss the side of his head. Sits back down.
Like I said, just dropping you off, and you take a day to rest, and I'll just go do some things and do some runs and errands and shit, and yeah, you're all good.
Don't get caught.
I mean, don't get caught.
Your fucking boss.
Oh no, he won't catch me where I'll be. Winks.
She just shakes her head like, you are ridiculous.
You love it?
I love you, and that's worth something, I guess. Gives him a kind of smile.
He smiles back. I might love you, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe?
Yeah, it's maybe. You haven't made me strawberry waffles yet. Grins.
Like just the mock offense.
You look at her then as he parks the car up, like literally just up the driveway so her parents don't actually fully see. He'll turn to her. Look, I know the prep parties aren't my thing and all that. I know you like going to them, and just want you to know that, like, I'm happy to do what you want to do. That's all. And thanks for, earlier.
She just gives him a soft smile.
Just, care about you. That's all. Nothing big or anything.
I care about you too. I'll give you a call when I wake up, okay?
Right. Smiles at her, ruffles her hair.
And she'll carefully kind of get out of the back seat and does this on the driver's side so that she can come forward and like insistently wait for you to roll down the window.
Does.
And she'll lean in to give you a proper kiss.
Oh yeah, he does. He works up for kids. Smiles.
All right, thanks, hun. She just, a hand goes up and kind of ruffles her damp hair, and she just starts kind of that dazed walk back around the back.
By the way, you looked hot as fuck, as they'll say to her as he sticks his head out last night. Oh yeah. Just pull up
What?
the head.
Shoots back a cheeky smile.
Grins. He reverses the car like pretty easily. We'll begin to drive off to that special place. The special place.
Boy.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Go on a long and scenic, so scenic drive.
Yes.
And yes, she will, or she, you will be, drive along, same drive as you did before. It's a bit of a ways out. But again, all these little spots, all these little places. And sure enough, sooner or later you'll find the pull off and you'll park, do the little hike down to where the water hole is.
Mm-hmm. And I will concentrate to try holding on to my. He will hold on to his bracelet thing.
His little pendant.
Yep, I'm gonna attempt to step sideways.
Is he gonna be going and actually looking at his reflection, or has he figured that bit out yet?
They told him to look in his reflection before, so he will try it again.
All right. Do me a thing.
Diagnosis. Yeah. Bonk.
Yeah, it's funny because it's one of those things where like you kind of feel like you've got it and you're reaching and then it just kind of, it's weird because I don't feel like you physically hit anything. It's just like you're reaching and then it's almost like you're pressing and you're stretching something like to push through, and then it just kind of rebounds. Like you feel the pressure build and then suddenly kind of snap back.
Ugh. Ugh. Fuck. Angrily concentrates till he starts to, like a vein starts popping in his head.
I'm not gonna wake you in a half hour. You can try again. We'll say he spends a good 10 minutes looking constipated, but
yeah, pretty much. Like...
yeah. Thankfully the gauntlet's really low way out here. So yeah. It takes you a hot second to get your groove again, but finally you start feeling like you're getting somewhere. And you remember like the raccoon, calling you a shithead, telling you to look deeper. You finally like you damn near have your nose pressed to the water, but you feel that weird shift, like that change in air pressure almost. And naturally, if that wasn't jarring enough, this time around, like you do this and like you feel that weird shift in air pressure, and then there's this fucking little face right in front of you.
Stumbles, collapses.
You swear to God, it giggles. Shoots out a little fountain of water, like.
Ooh, don't do that. That is ooh.
What?
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Frighten me.
You stared at me first.
I was stepping over.
I thought we were having a staring contest.
No. No.
Wobbledy like one eye, then the other. Blink, blink.
You said you needed a favor. I have come to do that favor.
The little tentacly arms shoot up. Yes.
What?
You're doing the thing.
Oh, also, you points aggressively.
What?
Had weird dreams.
Blink, blink. No, this isn't two total blinks. It's like one eye, other eye. Blink.
There were... I had weird dreams, and I was in different places, and I saw people turn into like big dire wolves and little wolves and really hairy creatures, humanoid type things.
Yeah, you're Garu. Blink.
What, can I do that?
Yeah.
How?
it does a shrug that travels like the whole length of its little tentacle arms. Like it starts at the shoulders and it just kind of wobbles down the arm.
That is not helpful.
You just do the thing.
What's the thing?
It proceeds to pick up its little tentacle arms, and you can tell it's trying to do like the monster arms, and it just kind of goes, "Grr,
Liquor.
grr." Shoots a little spout of water again, like "Grr,
Okay. Can I
pip,
try?
pip, pip, grr."
I would try it then. Glare. So the first one he thinks of, which is the most noticeable fucking one, was the gigantic direwolf.
Okay.
Some fucking Game of Thrones shit. And you concentrate and like, I want to be that. I want to be that. And you spend another 10 minutes looking fucking constipated.
do me the roll.
What is the roll to shift?
It's a stamina primal urge, I think.
Oh,
At least it is now. For this scene, it is. It's diff 7 for the partials.
It is. Where's my dice roll that thing? Oh, there it is. So 4 dice.
Oh, that
Yes,
is
I
a
get
7. Yeah, it takes you again. You do look constipated for a hot minute, but then begins the process, which hurts. And yeah, it's not that bones are snapping; it's that joints are kind of reorienting. It's that bones are lengthening to different proportions. Tendons and ligaments have to kind of stretch and make up the difference. Muscle has to grow. It's also just a weird, like, it feels fucking weird. Like, there is some pain, but it's really fucking weird. And you'll note that you do get, like, you start growing and you get big and you get wolfy, much like before. Like, you look at your hands and they're those same giant claws, but they just, it keeps going past that. And finally, like, it resolves down into big clawed paws. And yeah, eventually you stop. This little dude is like splashing excitedly.
Pats himself down and then looks around and then we'll say, "Oh, this is weird. I don't like this."
He actually bloops under the surface, so he's not breaking the surface of the water. So it's again like mirror clear, though you can still see the blink blink.
This is weird. It's very strange.
Yes, a bubble like bloop as he says this.
Kind of gyrates his butt a bit, ill. Huh. I like this. Ish.
Good. Because you need to be that.
What was the favorite?
Or the big one. Here.
Fuck it.
There's a bad thing. You gotta get it.
Okay.
And he kind of, let's first see what kind of response I get. Boop. Ooh. So he gives a little, he like sticks his head back under the water and makes like kind of a dolphin-y clicking noise. And 6 more of these little suckers surface. Ooh, I see you getting ready. And I'm going to have to put up a notepad so I can keep track of this shit. Okay, so he like beckons you over, like all conspiratorially, like comes to the edge of the water, plops his little tentacle arms out.
Pads over.
Okay.
Pads over.
So, there's a bad thing. And she's down there.
Mm-hmm.
Points his other tentacle arm straight down into the water.
Okay. You hear the brr, 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 brr.
You do have spirit speech
How
now,
am
which is passive.
I know he still roo-roos.
He does Ruru.
How am I meant to breathe?
I'm gonna make you breathe. Actually, I'm gonna swim you. There's a pocket. You're gonna go in the pocket, and then you're gonna bite her, and then we'll be all better. Shoots his little arms up.
Okay.
We'll help, but we're not big enough.
I'm not big enough?
No, we're not big enough. You're super big.
Oh, what should I be in the other one? The bigger one? Like the really big one?
I mean, that's. Are you gonna bite her? That's good for
Very-
biting.
Oh, well then. Oh, well, yeah. Kind of licks his teeth uncomfortably, like,
I mean,
Yeah.
as he's like stood at the edge, like looking over him, like you really do see, like even in the reflection of the water, kind of logically, like this isn't just a wolf. This is a massive, like kind of exaggerated dire wolf. You do have very prominent, like this is way more than natural canines. You've got some fucking gnarly teeth going.
fuck it. Let's do it.
Okay, we're gonna help, but she sucks. So
So,
yeah. So we'll help. Help a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay.
You gotta get her.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I
I'll
am
do that.
going to quickly. I'm going to pull up that. I'm going to hope really, 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 really hard that there's an easy. Oh. Are these? Ooh, maybe? I should have planned this in advance, but I didn't.
Silly.
What? What? Ooh. Fabulous. That will work. Okay, perfect. So I had to make sure I had everything I needed right here, which I seem to. That should work out fine. All right. So what he'll do is, yeah, he kind of reaches up like, okay, you ready? Gonna get it real good.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I get in the water. Kind of splashes.
Pads in.
And yeah, I mean it's a pretty little drop off. Thankfully the water is pretty high, so it's easy when you're, a human to just hoist yourself back out. So you just jump in. And this little sucker almost immediately kind of, actually all 7 of them kind of gather around you, whirling and whatnot. And what they will do is you'll have a second to grab a breath, and they will start swimming. First one dives. This little dude at the front, goes ahead and he dives down there. And the others will begin to follow, and you will feel the most intense, weirdly perfectly directed current begin to pull you.
Whoosh.
Now, this is admittedly kind of horrifying, because you know for a fact that this swimming hole is essentially one of the tunnels down into an old, long abandoned set of coal mines.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. And you go down and down and down, and you're moving at an incredible speed. But what that also means is that at an incredible speed, you lose daylight.
Mm-hmm.
So soon you are rocketing rapidly through the dark, at the guide of nothing but water pressure and no real idea of when you're gonna hit air again.
Mm-hmm.
And they really like they rocket you through, you know, it's kind of horrifying because at one point it's like going on a roller coaster blind. You can't see where you're going, you just kind of feel the vertigo. And just about time that you start really worrying about your lung capacity. So it's been pretty good objectively, if you're not panicking. And in fact, just give me a little part to see like what your state of mind is. Because this is some pretty weird, kind of scary shit. It's real good that you don't have claustrophobia.
I know, right? That would be fucking horrifying if I had claustrophobia. My willpower is 5 because it regenerates.
Jeez. You're holding up pretty good. It's freaky, but you're not losing your collective shit. You've seen some weird shit in the last day. And while you don't see it coming, you very abruptly, kind of out of nowhere, like feel yourself break the surface. Like you hear the splashing. You can't really see much. In fact, you can't see anything. But your head breaks the surface of the water in the dark. And you feel these little guys like nudging and pulling and tugging. And eventually, as you're kind of paddling frantically, your paws hit something solid. So you can kind of clamber up out of the water.
He does.
And like the only light you have is these guys do have like dully glowing eyes. So you can see a little bit, like where the water is like lipping at the edge of this little bit of uncovered stone.
Okay.
And one of them, let me quickly check and see what it costs him, if anything. Oh, no, it doesn't cost him anything at all. One of them belches out, comically like belches out a bubble. And the bubble is brightly glowing. In fact, it starts with a dull glow, but it starts to kind of bobble up towards the ceiling of this underground cavern. And as it is raising up into the air, the glow brightens and brightens and brightens until it's actually fairly well lighting the area. And you realize you are essentially in, it's not but so tall, but it's obviously like a raised area where maybe they dug up after something. You can kind of see that where you're stood is something of a platform. There are stairs that go down, like really rough cut, rampy stair. It's not really stairs so much as rampish. Heading back down, probably so they could roll a cart up there, but almost immediately into the water. But you're on a platform and you are completely underground. This is somewhere where whenever it flooded, enough air got caught in here. It's a little stale, but it's not like you're not feeling it hard to breathe.
You turn to look at the main spirit and go, so what am I? Where is she?
Oh, she's coming. She's coming. She's coming. She's coming.
Do you want me to hide?
They are in fact doing just that. They're, it's funny because it took a minute and you're processing this a little slower than it's happening, but he belches out that bubble and all of them are kind of flitting along the surface of the water, and some of them, no shit, like jump into puddles just to get out of the main body of the water.
Okay.
They don't seem to be okay landing on straight dry ground, but several have like plopped into puddles. The rest are clinging pretty close into the shallowest place they can get.
First thing I'm doing, I'm gonna roll blur.
Okay.
That's a fail though, not a bot, so I can still roll it. It'll just take time.
Yep, you can still stealth.
I will stealth, yes, of course. So my dex and hispo is 5 plus 2, so that's 7 dice. That's a good. It's good. It's good. It's a good stealth roll. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh, that is good. All right. So it does not take long. These little guys are jumping around, freaking out, hip hopping. You can hear the little splish splashes, and you can kind of initially you don't see much. You back away from the edge of the water because you are a smart cookie and kind of nest yourself up against the wall where you kind of blend in, even though you're damp with the damp stone and everything else. And as you do, this bitch starts hauling herself up. You see the head break the water first. Those big blank eyes, sharp teeth. You see the tentacles before you see the arms, actually. Some of them twine up above the water, writhe around.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't initially seem to notice you, but she does see these little suckers that are hip hopping around and like trying to get away from her.
Okay.
And she starts, you see her cruising closer to yours and their perch, tentacles stretching out, reaching.
He would say very calmly to one of the spirits, "Draw her around and I'll bite her in the back."
Are you going to speak while you are stealth? This is a very empty, very quiet place. The only noises are the splish splash. Yeah, the only noises are the splashes that she's making and the little splashes they're making. There's nothing else here to make any noise.
Okay, from what I can see, can I move to kind of essentially change my position essentially so she won't see me?
There's not a lot of above water area. A lot of this stuff is submerged. You just happen to be on a lucky platform standing up. And these little guys are just kind of trying to sneak into little crevices. Like they're trying desperately to get away, but you can tell as she's reaching out, she's got the tentacles are much narrower at the ends, and it's very possible she's going to start plucking them out. And you really don't want to know what she's going to do when she gets a hold of them.
I'm going to try roll blur again to make myself even harder to see.
Mm-hmm. It'll allow you to move more easily.
Nope, not yet, sadly. Bleh.
Okay.
It's a fail, though. It is a fail, though. However, I'm actually going to let her pick one of the spirits because that means she's distracted.
Oh, it doesn't take her long. She surfaces, and as she finally catches on, you see her head dart around a couple times. She's catching on to where all of them are. She does seem kind of leery of the light above. She doesn't seem especially fond of it. She kind of the darker tentacles that are making up her hair kind of crane forward to shield her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And she, starts kind of catching on based on the splashing, based on the sad little bubbling, trickling noises, and starts stretching with several tentacles after a couple of them, actually.
Does she move out of the base of the water at all?
She stays in the water for now. She doesn't have much reason. She doesn't have to climb up after the others yet. Let's roll a chance die to see. Nope, she is full on facing the area that you're in.
Okay.
But she doesn't seem to see you yet. These guys are making a lot more noise. They're being a lot more animated. She doesn't have any reason to really pick you out or to expect anything but them to be here. She just, this is a school of snackies. You will, however, note as she reaches for one of these little guys. Spend a point of essence and roll its rage. These guys, we're going to make them free. Actually, we'll make it free. Okay. So roll rage. And she snags up one of the little guys and in a desperate kind of last ditch move as he's getting snagged up. He rolls around and actually like fires off little like fin spikes at her. He doesn't manage to hurt her. It's just he's
Mm-hmm.
making little squealing noises, firing off at her. And you can, I mean, you can hear what they're saying. They're going, you know, help, 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 help. She's gonna eat
Okay.
me.
Okay. That's a botch. I can't use it anymore. God damn it, Blur.
Okay, you still have the stealth pool that you started with.
I do. I'm trying to pick out where I'm going.
You may not be able to get a flank or a rear attack, but at this point, since she does not know you're there, it would still be an ambush and you would still get the extra dice.
Fuck it. Ambush. He's gonna make a move then. Once she starts dragging it and looks more juicy, that's when the hispo comes out.
Yep, she has turned her head, and you actually see her like levering, and her maw hinges like way, way back, like where the ears should be. Like it's horrifying. These massive shark teeth, several rows, and she's pulling this thing in, obviously planning to straight shove it in her mouth.
Oh, Discord's working again.
Oh, good.
So I got 4 my stealth. So this is an ambush that qualifies as that. Mm-hmm. So my 5. That is 7. So it's 11 dice. 11 dice. Oh, for fuck's sake, Discord. Thank you. I miss. Yeah, I miss.
It'll happen. So you miss. You do startle the shit out of her though.
Actually, wait. What's the diff for hispo bite?
That is a good question. Let me look at my fucking. I want to say it's 5 actually.
No, I still miss. No. Oh yeah, because I don't have a rear attack. No, still miss. Never mind. Damn you. Fuck you, Discord. But yes, I miss.
On the bright side, you startled the ever-loving crap out of her.
Mm-hmm.
She drops the little water spirit, who jets away squealing. She actually recoils violently. Like there's a flurry of tentacles. There is as you like kind of pitch into the water at her, like there's still stuff there that you can like set your paws on. You're not completely floundered at the moment. But like you pitch in and you realize that especially in the half light, you can see like a whirl of ink. And it actually like the water there where you've pitched in feels kind of slimy.
Ugh.
Like you don't know what it is, but it's clinging to your fur and it's gross. But she reels back, so she does not get an attack on you. She just kind of zips up, like pops her head fully out of the water. The hair tentacles flail around, her other tentacles flail around.
Mm-hmm.
And she unleashes like this weird clicking screech and lunges back in at you. So now we will roll initiative.
Discord. Why?
It's okay. Little guys are there for you.
Yep. Jesus Christ.
Give me a moment to look at my shit. Try to figure out. Their willpower will affect it, so in her case, we'll make her about that big. Maybe not that big. And we will give her 2. Yeah, fuck it. So 3. 7. Jesus.
Oh boy.
This is okay. You do have rage. And this will be kind of an inherent thing. What will initially happen is she's lunged back and away from you.
Mm-hmm.
So she will lunge back in and just kind of take an initial swipe in kind of panic almost. She's not sure what to make of you. You shouldn't be there. In fact, you can kind of hear through all of her gargling and screeching is, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. This is mine. And let's see.
I will use my action to dodge, not blow a rage.
So we will give her that for an attack roll. And then damages. Oop. Is
roll your full damage, because my god, that is 3 straight fails in a row.
if she reaches out and she strikes with, like, she's got talons on the end of her fingers and she scratches you.
I take one.
Firmly.
I take one.
Yeah, you feel it graze. It doesn't catch in as much as you might expect.
Okay.
But she does. You feel it kind of scratch, and of course it kind of burns. Not like this isn't the cue that you're taking acid or poison or anything. It burns.
Sizzles. Yeah. So I will then return with a bite. And for the love of God, I miss again.
Try rolling it in R20. I'm going to give you a chance to reroll it because this is ridiculous. Like, they can't both be this way. So it's easier for me to manage tabs. Eater.
I'm just trying to manage tab over. By the way, there you
go. There you go. Can't be all shit.
Just fucking Discord. Fuck you. So my Hispo strength is...
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And Hispo strength is 5. It's +3 for a Hispo bite. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then +4 for successes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels of aggravated.
All right. We will set her soak there. Soaks 2. She takes 5. All right. So what we're going to do is say, at least in the moment, unless you want to do otherwise, you are really hopped up on Fuck Thunder right now. You're kind of half submerged in water. It is not bueno. Would you like to kind of inherently spend the point of rage?
I thought that was my rage action to do that.
Yep, sorry.
I used my main action to dodge, and this I better on my rage action.
Very well. You are good. I just didn't hear it. I wasn't keeping up.
Yep.
These little guys, meanwhile.
That's what I mean. That's why Discord literally fought. Like, I failed every single roll up to that. It was like, Jesus Christ.
Had to make up for all those good runs you were having. Clearly. Oh, nope, don't want that. And these little guys are firing off little spikes. Some of them are spitting water at her. They're getting a little more encouraged. A couple are splashing behind you. None of them are seeming to have a lot of effect on her, though. Maybe it's just the inherent nature of them being so similar. They're not doing a lot of damage, but you definitely, with that snap, like you can see where you got a hold of her, where you left like that massive bite mark. She's kind of seeping more of that black, oily, nasty shit. Tastes terrible. It really does kind of taste oily. It's gross. But she is, of course, less than amused.
I would imagine so.
Yes. And she will again lunge at you. This time, what she is going to do...
I'll attempt to dodge that. I get a really good dodge roll. I don't know, I think I've rolled away too many times. Ooh, or 20 went nuts. I'll just use the most recent. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, then we will just go ahead and roll.
Actually, it was 4 for all of them in a row. Same level.
Oh, Jesus, it really did freak out.
Yeah. Sometimes R20 does that, so I'll just go with the third one, which is the most recent.
Alright. I am going to check here because I'm trying to scale her around a little bit. Alright. Takes another swipe. She misses with the dodge.
Yes.
Gives another screech. She's very agitated.
Of course, I dropped a point of rage, so liquor.
Liquor.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's plus 3 for Hispo. And then that is that many dice again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of ag.
Alright. She soaks 2. She's taking 3 more. Okay. Let me take a quick look at this thing here. Because I know I saw a doodad. Let's see. We'll have her... Ooh. She's going to reach out with her tentacles. And she's going to snap out and try to grapple you with a couple of them. Oop. This tab. And if I'm reading her shit right... Ooh, not that. Would it be... It would be that. So I'll roll this pool again. Actually, I will up it by 1. Boop. So only 3 successes, or 2 successes.
Yeah. Nope.
She does. She lashes out with several tentacles. Trying desperately to get purchase on you. Maybe it's because you were rendered so oily. Maybe you're just slick as shit. But you managed to kind of... It's not even a matter of muscling out of it. You just... I mean, you're a fucking ragabash. You managed to kind of dance your paws up just as she's about to get purchased. You managed to shake her off. She just can't get a grip.
Good. Main action, gonna bite, but also gonna drop a point of rage.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4.
4 into damage.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. She takes
No,
another.
that was 4. That was 4 into my attack.
Oh, so
I'm wrong.
all right. Well, -3 from whatever damage.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she takes another 2 ag.
2. Gotcha.
And then it's my rage action again.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. 1, 2. That's 6 successes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8 plus 5. Which is 13. Yeah, 13. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 more. All right.
Biting the shit out of her.
She is not happy. She does not like your shit. So what she is going to do is, let me quickly check and make sure, spending 2 points of essence. Which will do that. It's funny because it seems to hurt her, but what she does in response is she gives an unholy shriek. You have been fucking her up left and right and center. And it's funny because she's obviously a perfect menace to the little things hip hopping around you, cheering, screaming, flitting around. But she just hasn't been able to get a grip on you. It's like she has never encountered something like you before. And so it's obviously painful, but she gives this screech and her skin starts to kind of crack and harden.
Oh, 2 completed.
The armor charm.
2 completed that game, Missy. I'm going to roll Primal Urge as a reflexive action when it comes to my turn.
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to do?
Krynos. I go Krynos. 1 success is all I need.
Very stinking well. All right.
So basically, the way she, the way she kind of buffs herself up, the wolf glares at her, and he just gets bigger into the massive Krynos form. You know what I mean? And lets out this. You know what I mean?
All right.
And
so your main action has been to shift.
Shift.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled it, so I wouldn't have to spend rage.
Yep.
And I will spend rage to attack. If I can do that.
Yep, you can. You can still spend and get your rage action.
Sweet. I'll do that.
How many has that been now?
I'm on 1 rage now.
Okay.
That's why I rolled for rage. That's why I rolled the spend. That's why I rolled it.
I see what you're doing.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
All right.
3.
Give it to me.
Now this is where it gets fun. It's +2 for claws, and then plus that. Jesus, that was an awful roll, but I still get 3 successes. But fuck, look at those ones. Ooh, that's ugly. I still do 3 damage though.
You do. Her soak has
Just,
gone up.
oof.
1, 2, 3. She does manage to soak it.
Cool.
All right. She is just going to. She is actually going to finally use her blast charm. Her rage is. And let me double check, because I'm pretty sure that costs her. All right. It does cost her. And much like the little guys, like they're firing spines and stuff, it does seem to be something like wrenching out of them. So she kind of does this crazy Medusa thing, like her tentacles rear back, the ones under her, the ones in her hair. And she instead of like lashing out barbs or something, what she actually does is her maw gapes wide and she shoots like this steaming hot stream of water at you. I believe you can still soak.
I can still soak it, yeah.
All right.
I think I can. I think I can, can't I?
Yes, you can't
Can't
dodge it.
No, I can
You
soak
can't
it.
dodge it, but you can soak.
Okay.
So we are going to put her about her.
Soaked. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jesus, yeah, it fucking burns. It scalds over you, but for some reason, like it just doesn't break through the hide. It hits you square in the chest too. It's not a miss. She actually reels back, screaming again, just furious that she's getting nowhere.
I miss. Damn it. So you said if I spend rage, I don't lose the wolf.
You will not lose the wolf.
Fuck it. All in, baby. I spend rage.
Do it. Do it to it. For what it's worth, she is looking pretty fucked up. Like, some of her tentacles are flailing pretty bad, like.
I did not mean to roll that or 20. Why do you do this to me?
I mean, it rolled like a million times. Go ahead and, like, get your shit and roll it.
Yeah. I'll re-roll that because of fucking or 20.
Why does it do that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5.
That is on the attack?
Yep.
All right, give me that damage.
So it is 6 strength and Krynos currently, plus 2 for claws. It's 12 dice. Dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Jesus. 1, 2, 2 might not. It is definitely not enough. So tell me how you kill her.
So she spikes him, right?
She like gouts steaming hot, like scalding hot water at him.
So he swings. She bats it away with the tentacles. One of the tentacles wrap around. I'm gonna say around his big fucking maw of a claw hand. He uses that to pull her forward and just straight through the other hand, punching all the way through. So there's a gigantic hole in her chest. And then the last thing she sees before she dissolves is that gift. There's that scream right into her face.
And here's where shit gets really interesting. So you fire your hand through her. Like you downright know this bitch is dead. She starts flailing. The tentacles are just splashing and flailing around every which direction. The few times that they do smack into you, there's no damage. It's just desperate death kind of throws. And what the little guys in the water do is they begin to kind of take up a formation around her. Like they get in a little 7-point circle and they begin rapidly swimming around the base of her, spreading out to the point where they're moving so fast that even the landing that you're standing on, they leap completely over it from one side into the other and continue doing this circle. And you feel a weird effect. I will give you a primal urge roll.
Sure.
Because they're doing it right. Well, they're doing a charm, technically.
They're doing something weird.
They're doing a thing, but you can definitely tell. Like, it looks like they're doing something, but we'll see if you can, like, get the wonky stand-up hairs from it.
No, Discord, I did not want to roll 1d10. I don't have one dice for primal urge. Thank you very much.
Nope. Roll 20Y.
Hey, at least it was a 10. Lol.
It was a 10.
One success.
Yeah, that's enough. It's not just that they're obviously physically doing something. It's
I rolled too many dice. Take that success away. I actually rolled too many dice.
okay. It's you don't feel anything, but they start doing this and it's weird. And then they begin going in patterns where like every other will come in and spin a particular motion and spin back out into the main circle, and they begin cleansing. And are you eventually going to like wrench your arm back out of this bitch?
Yeah, I fucking curb kick her down onto the ground, like putting my clawed fucking Krynos feet onto her throat is almost like a dominance, like I am the fucking alpha, essentially type of posture.
So what you'll notice first off is these little guys, as they're going around, as they're doing this, as she lies broken under your massive paw, they begin to kind of change. It's hard to tell because they're moving fast. But you begin to see certain traits fading and blurring until instead of looking like this, they look more like this.
Ugh.
And as they continue this, whatever the fuck they're doing, she lays there completely broken, begins to kind of fade and dissipate.
Mm-hmm.
But what they do is they're doing this pattern, and one of them actually, as she begins glowing brighter and brighter, brighter than that bubble hanging up by the ceiling, which finally, they've lost interest in it, so it kind of pops. But the thing is that ambient glow is completely replaced as she grows brighter and brighter, and one of them actually lunges onto her. And you actually see the wounds begin to close as she too is shifting shape. And by time, if you let them go through with it, by the time they're done, she looks something more like this.
I mean, he doesn't stop them. He's like, what the fuck is going on? It's more amazed, if anything.
It is the weirdest song and dance that they're doing. But they do eventually manage to complete it. And this thing, especially after that one lunges at her, another one at one point will lunge and seem to like splash almost through her, and wounds begin to close up. And the tentacles are obviously replaced from the more, octopus style to where like they kind of fuse together, bloom out into this kind of jellyfish looking shell. The others, grow more slender and split and split and split and split until it's numerous jellyfish tentacles. But there's definitely even the water where it was black, where it was inky, even the stuff clinging to your fur as they're doing this clears up. Like that kind of acrid smell and taste leave you. Even the air seems clearer down here in this little like underground bubble than it was before. And you get the distinct feeling that while, jellyfish may be stingy, there's just a feeling of wrongness fading. And by time they finish, they're just hip hopping around, jumping like little dolphins. These little guys are everywhere, squealing with delight.
I kind of wait for the now, whatever the fuck's happened to her lady, to kind of address him. Almost, he just kind of stands there in the Krynos form, almost amazed.
She takes a hot minute. She seems to need time to gain her senses. It's kind of like when you take a really stunned fish and put it back in the water. It'll lay there for a while, just kind of breathing, gills flexing, but not really moving. When she does start moving, at first it's very tense, it's very disorganized, it's very awkward. But with a little time on his part, she starts kind of moving, finally shoves herself even out of the shallows into the deeper part of the water, where she manages to bob a little more with greater balance, with greater, uh she just seems more awake, more alert when she sloughs off into the deeper water. The tentacles, glow down beneath her, and again, they're just kind of lighting the way you came in. You can see that again, it's just this deep, dark pit of water under her. And she finally turns around and puts on this literally glowing smile and holds up her hands to you. Like up towards your massive muzzle, like stretching up out of the water.
Doesn't say anything, doesn't respond, just stares, almost mesmerized, like in wonder. You know what I mean?
This is some freaky shit, but it's very pretty.
Yeah, like, so he's just like, whoa.
And the hands kind of like try to beckon, kind of curling a little bit. Like not quite the uppies, but trying to kind of beckon him down.
He does, he kneels down.
And once his big head is down where she can reach it, she reaches up, and they're human-sized hands on either side of his massive jaws. And she strokes through his cheek fur. Still smiling. Her eyes glow, her mouth glows. It's so weird. She just, again, it's this lovely trickling noise this time. None of that clicking, none of the shrieking, none of the shrill noises. Just a soft trickling noise. But you can still recognize it as her saying, "Thank you."
You just say very softly, "You're welcome."
You have done us a good deed. What do you ask in return? And the little dudes are still blapping around.
Just stares into this beautiful, alien, Tim alien sight.
Yeah, and it's funny because even though her head is up out of the water, the hair doesn't slink down as though, carried by the weight of it. It's still waving almost as though she was still submerged. Beautiful bioluminescing strands in there. They can teach you, or they can go with you.
Go with me.
She kind of glances around to these little guys, just bobbling happily. Yes.
Don't know what you mean.
If you bring them something to live in, something to stay in, and treat them with respect, they will help you. Just like you have helped us.
But you will need them too, in order to begin again.
And give me a perception alertness, because they're really animated. But
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, he will totally try. And what am I doing to go on Discord or 20?
Discord
Or 20?
or 20? Which one?
I'll try in this. I'll do it in Discord. Fuck it. I'm so used to going straight to Discord.
That's fine.
Let's see if Discord is behaving itself again. So alertness, you said?
Yeah, just perception alertness.
Fail.
They're moving too fast. You can't really get a head count. metal. Put some.
He'll nod slowly. It is a hard choice to make, for I am young, and knowledge is something I will need to survive, but look around at all these excited, like...
Oh yeah, they're even like splashing into you, kind of rebounding, leaving you wet again. Not that it makes much difference. You're soaked already.
But to give these creatures life is something as well. It is a difficult choice to make.
They would not be hurt. Once they had helped, they would come back.
Very well. I will help.
And, she glances around. And a number of them, you don't hear anything spoken. You see the bioluminescing, these long strands amidst the tentacles amidst her hair, begin flickering, and you still get the impression of language. She's bidding them to do this, and several dive. There are still a handful bobbling around, and maybe now you'll realize as several disappear, it still seems like if you hadn't seen them dive, you wouldn't know there were any missing. There seem to be a lot more of them in here than there used to be. It's almost like they're gravitating to her, really, at this point. And let's see. I will roll. That we'll see. No, wait, no, I don't like that answer. I'm gonna do this even though it's dangerous.
What are you doing?
Oh God. Dice, you're not helping me. You know what? I am just going to settle on a fucking number. 7 went to help you, so I'll have about 4 pop back up. Holding the weirdest little random sized jars. And you can imagine that, obviously, there was nothing left up where you were before. But it's very possible that they have gone and scavenged what was left in these tunnels, in these mines. And she just picks each one, plucks the little jar out of their tiny little hands. Their little hands. And for each one, she uncorks the jar, takes the lid off, and offers it down to them, and they will slither in. 4 of them just, slither in, still glowing, still bobbling around happily, swishing in the bottles. These are fairly small vials, essentially. Probably something that samples were taken in, and she will cork them. And so, yeah, 4 of them will move into these. And still glimmering, you can even still kind of hear the bubbling and the chattering from inside the bottles. When she has done this, it's weird because you wouldn't imagine they'd fit in that small a vial, but they do. Like some straight cat style, if I fits, I sits. And these 4 vials she will offer up to you.
You take them very carefully.
As long as you're respectful, as long as you treat them properly and with care, when you need them, they will help you. Water purifies. Water heals. Are you ready to go back?
Where can I find out about a place of knowledge about what I am?
And she kind of sets back a bit, that little lean back thoughtfully. And reaches up and kind of, touches her lips, her chin, thinking. And there's more bubbling, more trickling more conversation. It gets kind of muddied with so many little guys hopping around. You said you have dreams.
Not.
Then again, she reaches up to kind of very fondly, and it's not a gesture like one would give to a dog. It's like one would do to a person, almost in a motherly fashion. You know, reaches up to stroke back and cup your chin. I have not seen one of your people for a very long time. We are forgotten. But you have not. They're in there. With
Ooh.
time, maybe you can learn to speak to them.
He'll nod. Thank you.
The same blood that flows in your veins and makes you what you are. It flows in your spirit. And just like your blood is connected back to those who came before you and before them, your spirit is connected to the people who came before you and before them. They remember.
Slow nod of the big head. Thank you.
Again, it's a very pretty, weirdly iridescent, like glowing smile. We do not forget. We will remember you here. If you are in trouble, we can only do so much. But we will remember in the future if you need to make a bargain because you need help.
Just a nod.
And with that, she reaches out and tries to take either of your hands.
That's her.
Massive clawed paws. And she's just kind of slowly tugs and guides you down into the water.
Mm-hmm.
He'll take you back. And again, these little guys are freaking out. They're swimming all around you, doing all sorts of acrobatics. They are fucking like, you thought Bubble was hype. These things, they just don't stop. You swear you see two of them literally like splash into each other. You're not even sure the same parts make up the same two again. It's nuts.
You just kind of watch and then it'd be like, yep, you can, take me back. Ooh, this is weird.
And again, one abruptly dives, and a slew more swim around you diving, and much as before, there is the craziest vertigo as a current grabs you and yanks. And almost immediately again, it goes black. And you are being pulled and tugged and twisted and turned through God knows how many tunnels. God knows if it's even the same ones they used the first time. But again, before you know it, you'll break the surface. At least this time, you'll see it coming. You'll see a glowing or a growing glow of light as you push towards the surface and finally break it. And you're back in the watering hole.
Coughs a bit. And then, kind of like, ugh. Will force himself painfully back down to Hamid.
I mean, at least for that, he finds, like, maybe shockingly, like the others, you could practically feel each part as it shifted, as it twisted. You go back to Hamid, it's so fast. It's a snap of weird sensations and kind of a weird vertigo and some flashes of pain, but it's immediate. It's so much easier to be yourself.
He lets out a relief, like kind of looking around at the any more spirits kind of conglomerated.
You will, in fact, find as you glance around that, much like before, this place is very lively. There's a number of animal spirits. In fact, there's several that have crept closer. Some of them look completely strange and like they're not based on any animal. You can tell. One of them looks like you'd swear there's one that's just a fucking rock that's looking at you. It is the weirdest shit.
He looks down at the rock like, what the fuck?
It makes
Hey.
kind of a gravelly noise, but doesn't seem to be trying to say anything, just kind of grumbling. But yeah, there's a number of animals. These water sprites are just going fucking berserk still, dancing. The water, again, you glance down at it and it would get mirror clear before, but now it's just, I don't know, it seems fresher. It feels cleaner. Like not even in a way you can really measure.
Hmm. What type of either bird spirits or something like a fox is around?
Oh, let's see. We'll go, what about that scale? You see a songbird. I mean, there's a handful of birds flitting around in various places, but there's one reasonably close. Just I mean, it's Virginia. It'll be a cardinal. Why not? It's this bright red bird, but it's again. I mean, you understand how spirits work. It's so bright.
Walks up to the songbird.
It just kind of regards you as you walk up. It's a fucking spirit. It's not scared of you.
You say very calmly, hello.
And it cheeps back. Hello.
What are you doing today?
I am watching.
Watching what?
Watching you.
What's wrong with me?
Is something wrong with you? Its little head like bloop, like immediate 90-degree angle. Bloop. It does the can't twist like little bird eyes.
Gives a stare. No, nothing's wrong with me.
It like puffs up its little chest feathers. Peh, good.
I just wanted to. Never seen anything like you before.
I am a bird. Poof. Little chest feathers like bristle out. Peh.
I can see that.
Yes.
Do you sing?
Yes.
Well, look over at the water spirits. To them because they've got a big story for you to sing about.
Really? The head can't. It hops onto your shoulder. Head can't, twists, turns.
Yeah, really, really. The lady down there is back.
The lady. And you know, it's he cheeps the lady, and you hear it echoed from the other spirits around you in their own versions of this language that somehow still is just universally understood by you. And he sure enough does. Like he flits and gets excited and flaps a few times. And then and then promptly hops, does a couple little flippity flaps and lands next to the water. Cheeping very insistently at the water spirits, who are babbling excitedly, but it's one of those things where you can obviously tell they're more excited than it's able to keep up with.
Smirks, watching.
Oh yeah. And it is the silliest exchange as they're all babbling at once, and this bird is trying to figure out what's going on, and it's cheeping very, very imperiously, demanding that they make sense and demanding that they talk one at a time, and occasionally pecking at one, which has little to no effect. There's little like splashing sounds. They start jetting water at it. It's pure chaos. But he is flitting around and flits over here and flits over there and dodging water and asking questions, and it's going so quickly. But yes, and the other animals are kind of careening out a little bit, craning out, listening. Again, you see at least one doe uh, leaning out, her big, like, leaf-shaped ears perked up. There are more birds that begin to gather, especially as more babbling happens. There is, let's see, just for lulls. Yeah, there's at least one big fat raven that flutters up and perches. Fairly, actually, like right on the ledge of the water. It doesn't grab a lot of attention, doesn't say much, but is listening, canting its head.
Yeah, and he waits till the story's finished to see how everyone's reacting and what the songbird does after.
There's a lot of positive response. At least in the case of the one little songbird, once he thinks he's gotten the idea, or is convinced he's gotten the idea, he just shoots off. And like, it's kind of like the town crier type thing. He just shoots off, twittering, tweeting, and just repeating over and over bits and pieces of the story until something catches his attention. And he's like, "Oh yes, I heard the best story." But you see him flit off and engage the first thing that gives him the time of day.
Smiles to himself. Looks at the raven and just kind of nods slowly.
It more intelligently kind of cants its head around to affix him with one big black eye. And then croaks. Again, more for effect than to say anything in particular. But it does bob its beak back. It's a lot calmer than the songbird. The songbird seemed to have more energy than its body had room for, but the crow is just kind of perched.
Yeah, he walks over towards it. Fuck it. Fuck it.
It just watches the whole time you walk around and over, canting its head.
He'll kneel down, so like, equal footing and all that.
Yeah, you can perch yourself on the ground. He kind of hops up onto a rock a little bit, seeming to have the same idea. Kind of get himself up closer to your eye level. Ruffles his wings.
Hello?
Croaks out. Hello.
Heard the song, I take it?
Yes.
What do you think?
Then he finally regards you for another long moment. And finally gives a hop and a half flap. Settles himself up on your shoulder. And he even turns around and preens your hair a bit. You have done a good thing, little cousin.
Frowns? Cousin.
Yes.
The water called me brother.
He glances over to the water is bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. They are excitable.
Just nods very slowly. But I did them a favor and helped.
You did.
What can I do for a raven for a favor?
Cants its head. Hey, you gotta make me look up fucking preferred chiminage. And it at least it's hard to tell whether he is joking or not. It kind of horks down its head, like hunkers, and kind of studying him with the closer eyeballs as you could bring, the closer of his eyes as could bring me delicious eyeballs. You see the eye flitting almost immediately after, studying your reaction.
kind of watching evenly.
No squick.
No, he'll keep eye contact with it. Would you?
Hmm?
He'll try to keep an eye contact with it, essentially, to kind of do his, that type of thing.
When you don't give it a reaction or immediate disgust, it actually chortles, and you can tell it's amused.
Just frowns like, weird birds. Grumble, grumble. So what would you like? What would you like of me then, cousin?
And it kind of squints the eye. The closer eye narrows a bit. Keep doing these things. Keep doing your job. And if you keep doing your job, then perhaps I will call.
Very well. Just nods very slowly.
Seems content with this. It also seems perfectly content on your shoulder.
He'll stand up very slowly, and yeah, he's gonna try and shift back into the old, Tellurian. Think
All
with
right.
himself. Just look at that. 2 successes.
Yeah, you actually managed to get across pretty promptly this time. It's taken you a hot minute of concentration before. This time it goes a bit faster.
And yeah, he'll kind of dust himself down, look around.
The raven is no
Smile.
longer on your shoulder. And
He'll smile.
all of them are gone, but the water is still, I don't know, it still seems clearer and cleaner than it did before. It's just that perfect shade, that perfect tinge of blue.
Smiles to himself and gets back in the car.
You do. You will find once you shift over even, when you do kind of assess yourself, you do still have those 4 little vials in your hand.
What do they look like in Florian?
Um, and you will of course be naked again, though your clothes are right there by the water.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they just look like little, I don't know. When you like buy flowers and they've got the end of the flower in a little vial with a cap
Mm-hmm.
on it? They look kind of like that. They're little sample vials. But it looks like perfectly normal water.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. And yeah, he'll store them very carefully in the glove compartment first before he will begin to make his way home.
Very well. And I think you can probably call it there.
Yes.
But thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching on this immensely successful mission in our Lost Cub story in the country.